welcome to this Apsis and FSE webinar this morning. Let's give maybe half a minute, 1 more minute so that everyone can join in. And I hope you can all see me. Karina, can you hear me? Can you see me okay?
I can hear you and I can see you. Hi,
Great.
Pano.
Hello, hello. Yes, so welcome to this Apsis FSE webinar this morning. Turning leads into customers and smart automations for consultancies specifically. My name is Panu Sandholm. I will be one of your hosts for today. I work as a customer success manager here at Apsis and FSE, which means I work very practically and operatively with our customers, with what do they have for their needs, and then try to match that with our email marketing and marketing automation platform and make sure that they can reach their goals, whether it's getting new customers, whether it's increasing loyalty, whether it's getting higher retention. And I work with various industries, everything from consultancy to charity to B2B to amusement parks and everything in between. And with me today, I have Karina.
Yes. Hello, my name is Karina and I work as an onboarding specialist. So I often meet new customers coming into the platform. So I will onboard you if you're new. Maybe I've met some of you already that's here today. Training in the platform, talking about how to work and so on, but also doing like consultancy work afterwards if there's something that needs to be developed or something like that. So I'm an expert in the platform, you could say, technical expert. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Karina. And also with us today is our moderator, Viridona. I'm not sure, maybe you don't see her, but she'll be here in the background, making sure that the text part works as it should. But yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at the agenda for the next half an hour, 45 minutes or so that we have together. So we'll talk about some of the common challenges that we see that companies in the consultancy industry have. And then we'll go very practical, and there will be some parts that will be even kind of quite techy, but hang along, we'll clarify it, and we just want to show like very on practical terms how we might help you solve some of these challenges. So we'll look into how you can use website behavioral data to leverage your communication, how you can automate your lead nurturing, and how you can personalize the messaging that you'll do to your prospects and customers. And then we'll wrap up with some key takeaways from this session, and there will be also a Q&A session. So if you have any questions during the presentation, you'll find a little box for questions, like a chat window in the corner. So feel free to write any questions, and we want to make sure that we get to show all the material that we have. So we'll first do the presentation, and then in the end we'll go through all the questions. So hang along and write down any questions that you might have. Yes. So let's get started. A brief introduction. Why consultancy industries, and yeah, if you're working in one, you know that there are some kind of distinctive characteristics to that. So when you work in any kind of consultancy, it's often you sell knowledge, you sell trust, and you sell results, and that's not an easy business. You need to build relationships, you have to show value, you need to win deals, and you need to keep customers. And today we'll show you how you can automate some of this communication that you do and that will help you to achieve these goals. So we'll look into how you can send the right message to the right person, how you can follow up and automate part of that following up communication, and yeah, in general, how you can turn leads into customers that you can then turn to loyal customers. So let's get started. Some of the typical challenges that we talk obviously with a lot of customers and companies within the consultancy industry, and there are many issues, but out of those we picked up 3 for today. Often it's one of the challenges of course, poor lead generation. You would need to have a consistent incoming flow, preferably of leads that you can then convert into customers. And another challenge that we see often there is that the messaging, the communication, whether it's on website or whether it's newsletters, it can be kind of generic, and that in turn fails to convert. It doesn't really take the reader to take the action that you hope them to take. And then thirdly, if you get the customers, we see that sometimes consultancies struggle with low client retention or getting repeat business. And that, of course, varies a little bit depending on what kind of services or consultancy service that you're offering. But these three challenges that we'll be focusing today. And let's then take a few moments to imagine how things could be in a not maybe a perfect world, but a lot better world or setup. So there you would have a steady flow of leads, incoming leads. You would be able to nurture and convert leads faster. The retention becomes easier. I won't say it becomes easy, but easier and more or less, or specifically consistent. So it just keeps on going. And your team works smarter, not harder. And you know what's working and why, because you can see what's happening and what's generating revenue for you. Sounds like an easy task, right? Maybe not so, but it's doable. Let's look into that. And yeah, so here Karina will walk us through some very practical details how we have been able to help our customers to tackle some of these challenges.
Yes.
Please,
So yes, thank you, Panu. So yeah, I'm here to talk more about the details, how you can do things practically in our tool. So we're going to talk about track and follow up on your website behavior first. So what creating unique and valuable content is crucial for attracting potential leads, right? So you need to ask yourself, what can we offer that makes us unique and stand out in the competition? This is probably the hardest part, attracting your crowds or your leads and getting them in there. So you need to maybe focus on what problems we can solve and what is in demand right now. So you need to be up to date and create valuable resources and content like white papers, service information, use cases, and so on that can showcase your authority in the area, right? You're supposed to be the experts in your business. So when we have attracted visitors to our website, we can use tracking scripts and cookies to monitor user behavior on your website, helping you to understand and target your audience better. So tracking scripts, they're snippets of code that you embed into your website to track user interactions. They can provide insights into how users navigate your site, which content they engage with the most, and so on, like which pages, product pages, service pages, where they kind of browse around, right? And cookies we need as well. So you always have the cookie that visitor needs to accept. So when they accept the cookies and you have that tracking script from Apsis, this tracking script is an Apsis snippet that you can get from your account. So when you accept cookies as a visitor, there is a small text file being stored in your browsers that helps to track this activity and saves it. It could be page views, it could be different type of behaviors, it could be login passwords and stuff like that as well. But after you have the tracking script and you have the cookies being accepted, Apsis will start storing the user behavior like page views, and you can see what pages your visitors has visited, and you can know how often and when they did it as well.
the question that we often
Yes.
get here is that, okay, we're using Google Analytics already, so what's the big deal here? And isn't it so that in Google Analytics you can see how how many visitors you've had on a specific site. But here we get to see who it was, who has watched and which pages.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It works a little bit differently. The tracking script, it stores the accepted cookie ID in the platform as a profile, and to that is connected different activities like page views. And what we want to achieve is to know who this person is. So then the whole point here is that you have it all in one platform, right? Yeah. So, but that's correct. So when we have this, we've tracked our visitors, we have the tracking going on, so we can see the page views, and we can use that data. We also need to make sure that we have methods to collect their information. We want to know who visited us, right? So we want to collect email address and other types of information. And this is something that we can do through different types of sign-up forms. It could be to download white papers, use cases. It could be to sign up on a newsletter or something like that. So we need some place where this, I like to call it a trade of information. Someone is visiting your website, you offer some information that they would very much want, but you trade that with their information. So you need to sign up, give your details, and then you will get this information. So there will be some sort of information exchange. So that's the goal. And then when we have that, we have someone that has signed up to get some information. We also need to follow up on this. Well, we've attracted visitors to our website. They've been browsing around and they signed up to get, for example, a white paper. We must follow up on it, right? So it's time to send an email with a link to the download. And we also want a CTA that leads back to the website. So we must provide our leads with engaging information to keep them interested. So what we need to do to make the circle complete, because we want the tracking script, we want them to sign up, we want to follow up on it to send out information about what they showed interest to, but we then also want them to click on CTA link, a call to action. It could be a link, it could be a button that leads them back to the website where they originated from, where they accepted the cookies. And when that happens, when a lead from a newsletter or email that you send from Apsis go back to your website, we get the merge, and that's what we want, right? Then the circle is complete. Then we know who, then we have a name on all the page views that we've collected, and we can use this information to talk to them, right? So all these strategies, they help us to create a full marketing approach that attracts, tracks, collects, and follow-ups and converts leads effectively. Right. So let's take a look about how what this can look like. So I've used Apsis.com as the source. I've been browsing our own website. We have some points to collect. We have some information that we want to share this. So here is 3 different white papers. I often, or every year, I download the email marketing benchmark report. So I'm going to focus on that today. When you click to download a report, you will be you get this form and you can sign up. So you give your email address, your first name, your company name, and then you tick the box to accept to get emails, right? And then you can download the report. So this is one way you can do it, and this is how we do it at Apsis. Also going to showcase what it looks like with the tracking script, and I realize this could be a little bit fuzzy and a little bit abstract, but this is the cookie ID that I've gotten from visiting apsis.com. So I collected my ID. I can put it here this is in the Apsis One account. In the account settings, you can add a cookie ID, search for it, and then you can find a profile. So here's my profile. And when you click view profile, you can see the profile card of this profile. So you can see the cookie ID that's connected to this profile, and then you can also see the different page views. So here we can see that I have visited apsis.com, and you can see when I did it. So here you hopefully then have a trail of different page views that you can take advantage of and use, and especially then when you get that merge, when you know who it is who visited the website. Yes. So let's talk about triggered automated workflows. So marketing automation has become essential for modern marketing teams due to its ability to streamline and optimize various marketing tasks. Some key reasons why marketing automation is so valuable is because it increases efficiency and productivity and enhanced customer experience. Marketing automation is a powerful tool that helps modern marketing teams save time, reduce costs, and improve overall effectiveness. So you attracted a form submit, someone signed up to get a report or a white paper, and then we need to follow up on this. Using marketing automation, we can build flows with automated steps and sendouts. First step is to provide the information that was promised, like if they asked for a white paper of some sort. And then you can follow up on that activity. Did they download a report? Well, if not, you need to remind them. It is important to consider the whole customer journey, so we have an overview of all the sendings and touch points. So ask yourself, what information do we have that could be valuable and at what time? We can also use marketing automation to encourage customer loyalty. We can support our existing clients in their work by providing them information that is relevant for them now. We can guide them to the next step. We can inform them of new services. And we can also use the data we have, including web behavior, like we talked about before, right? And using MA, we can build flows with automated sendouts and steps based on this data. So let's take a look at 3 different flows that I want to showcase here today. It's a lead nurture flow, it's an existing customer flow, and it's a re-engage flow for inactive customers. So let's take a closer look at these 3. Let's start with the lead nurture flow. So let's get back to this asking to download the email benchmark report. So here's the email that was sent out with the download email link. So what happens then in the back end in marketing automation? So I created a flow here, and this is a drag and drop tool. You drag in these, we call them nodes, and then we create this journey. So what we're listening for here is the submit of the email marketing benchmark report form. That was a very long word. And when that happens, we want to send the email, right, with the download link. Here we also want to have some call to actions to like a link or a button to get them back to our website, because we want that merge. We don't want to forget about that. So they got the email with the report, and then we wait a couple of days. And then we can check if they clicked on the download link. If they did, well, then you can send them an email, like I hope you enjoyed the report, give them some other information that could be useful for them, some, I don't know, some follow-up or some more insights, whatever it could be. And then we can do a page view check. So this means if they have a page view check here, it means that they not only signed up to get the email marketing benchmark report, they downloaded it, they also came back to our website, and we can see that they visited certain pages on our website. And if they've done all this and we're here and it's a yes on this one, we can give them an achievement point. It's a qualified lead. And then we can send a notification to our salespeople, right? So they can maybe contact them, give them a ring, because these are invested in it, right? They're good qualified leads. So what happens if they did not click on the link? Well, then we want to send them a reminder. Don't forget to download your report. They have traded their information to get this information, right? So we want them to read the report. We wait a couple of days, and then we check again, did they click the link? If they did, well, then we can move them over to the flow here and check, did they have a page view or not? If yes, qualified lead, contact, right? If they did not, I've chosen here to end the flow. I don't want to continue this. For me, that's enough. But this is a journey that you can develop further if you want, put in more emails, reminders, and checks, and so on. So you can tailor make it for your own needs. So that's one example.
And here, for anyone who hasn't maybe seen marketing automation before, so this is a very practical view on how you can actually build the communication flow that should happen to any new prospect, any new customer, any existing customer. So you can cut that communication into parts and then schedule it, and then you can check during that communication flow if they have churn from lead into a customer, or if they have opened or not opened that email, as Karina mentioned there. And then at the end, you can then add points, or maybe send a notification internally to one of your sales guys. So you can really scale your communication, and you build like this template once, and then it runs on each individual prospect or lead at all times.
Yeah, that is so true. You can build like a template, we call it, that you can reuse, so you don't have to do everything from scratch. You can just fill it with different content, you can listen to different segments, and so on. So for sure, that's absolutely true. So let's take a look at a customer loyalty flow instead. Existing customers, making sure to give them that little bit extra, taking care of them. So I've chosen here to listen for a specific product. This is clients or customers who bought a specific product, and in this case, I'm using marketing automation tool, which makes sense, right? Since that's what we're talking about. So we listen for that. Have they purchased marketing automation tool? Check. Are they active or not? The status. Are they actively using the tool? Yes. Well, then we can send some information about it, some more in-depth information. Have you thought of this? Reach out to consultancy services maybe to get your MA developed. Maybe there is something we can change or tweak to make it even better, or something like that. And then we can wait a while. I've chosen 3 weeks in this case, and then we can send out something more to even to bring some more knowledge to the table. I chose the subject line here: learn from your experts. So maybe it could be an interview or a Q&A or something like that our experts have spoken to, and maybe also a link to book a meeting with one of these consultancy experts, right? So what happens then if they're not active? Well, then we want them to get active, right? If they purchase something, we want them to use it. So then we can send an email. The subject I chosen here is getting started with marketing automation. It could showcase like the 3 first or simplest flow that you can set up. Welcome flow, for example, is often very simple to set up. Welcoming a new customer or a new newsletter subscriber. It's always a nice way to greet someone that's just joining. So some easy ways to get started, so on. And also maybe a link to consultancy to ask, do you need more training or do you need help, to reach out. Wait a few days, chosen 5 days here, but that's obviously something that you would tweak to make sure it fits your business. Then you check, is the customer status active? Well, if it has turned to active, they're starting to use it. Well, great. Then we can move them into the active flow side, so we can give them some more in-depth information about marketing automation and then follow this flow here. But if they're not, well, then we want them to get started. So maybe we can send an email with a bit more urgency, perhaps. Chosen here, jumpstart your progress with these hacks. but something to get started. The first step. Do you need help maybe? So also again, showcase how you can help them, and so on. Then maybe here you should also have another wait and check profile. But if no activity is starting to happen, we should maybe send a notification to the contact persons, and they can reach out and maybe offer some help or ask what the problem is, perhaps, and see if we can book some trainings or something like that to get them started with the product that they have. Let's see. So re-engage inactive customers. So this is, I guess, something that we all struggle with a little bit. I guess we get leads in, and that's fine, and we're happy. We get our new clients coming in, and that's also super nice. But then after a while, we realized, well, they're not really active, right? So we want to do something about that. So in this case, I chose to listen for customer status here again, if it's inactive. So we want to find the ones that are inactive, right? So then we can start sending emails, learn more about email marketing. It could be general information, getting started, learn more, something like that. Then we can wait a while, 7 days I set in this specific flow. Then we can check, are they still inactive? Yes. Well, then we want to send another email, maybe with some more urgency. Do you need help to get started? Do you want to book a training? Here's our contact to consultancy services. How can we help you? That kind of thing. Wait another while, check, are they still inactive? If they are, well, then we need to follow up, right? Then we can send an internal notification to a contact person that can reach out and ask, what can we do for you? Is there a training we can set up? What are you struggling with something? But hopefully here we get them to be not inactive. That would be great, right? And then we can send them information about taking the next step, giving them that little extra treat instead. And the same goes for here. So if they are active, we can give them some more treats, right, in this flow. So we consider both options. So that was 3 different types of flows that you can set up in our marketing automation tool. So personalizing content, right? So we gathered all this information from our leads. We have page views. We know what they visited and if they're already customers. We have all the customer data. This is very valuable information that we can use to keep communication relevant. We need to use what we know. An effective way to personalize content is by creating personas to target your communication. If you know your different buyer personas, it is easier to communicate relevant information to that group. It could be leads and prospects, it could be new customers that just started your services, or it could be customers who frequently utilize your services, have numerous purchases, and are maximizing their usage. So there's 3 clear personas: leads, new, and like high-end users. So we need to communicate differently to all of these personas. It's easier to know what data to use in segmentation to get it right when you know who you're talking to. So ask yourself, what personas are we talking to? So let's take a look of how this can look like in Apsis. And this is a screenshot it's from my account. It's from email tool, and I created this email. I highlighted a row here to show you that you can segment on different messages. So this one is talking about marketing automation, and this particular row will then be sent to customers or contacts that have visited the website marketing automation, the page marketing automation on our website. They've shown interest, but they have not purchased the tool. And that's why we want to give them more information about the tool, maybe urge them to book a demo or give them some, more information about it because they're not using it, right? And then let's move over. I'm going to show you. Let's demo. That's more fun, right? So I'm going to close the presentation down. Let's do it like this. And move into, this is the email tool, the Apsis email tool. It's a drag and drop tool, so you can drag in your text and your images and so on. But here we have this row that I just showed you on the print screen. I've added the page view marketing automation. So the point here, as they don't have the tool as something that they purchased, but they showed interest, right? So we want to push it. But we don't want to send this to already existing customers using the tool, right? That would be not that appropriate. So let's create a row where we showcase some more detailed information for our customers already using marketing automation. So let's fill it with some content. See here, let's do some copy pasting of some content. I've chosen here to focus on personalization, right? Fits this subject. So already using marketing automation, maybe it is a good idea to learn a little bit more about how to make it more personal. So let's add some information to it like that. We also want to adjust the image. So let's click on the browse. You can upload images to your gallery in your Apsis One account. You can choose your image. So let's choose one here and insert it like that. So here we have 2 rows that are talking about the same thing, but on completely different levels, right? Let's highlight this, find a row. Let's add a segment to this. Like that. Active user of marketing automation. So that's who we want to direct this row to, this message to. We can see it here as well. We highlight active users of marketing automation. We'll get this more in-depth information. And then our curious ones, the ones who has not started yet and haven't purchased the tool, the page viewers, they will get this information. So if we preview this, we can see what it looks like. So let's go into preview mode. If you don't match any of these segments, it will look like this. But if you're one of those curious ones, the page viewers, all right, that doesn't have the tool, it will look like this. So this is the newsletter they will get. But if you're an active user of marketing automation, you will get the more in-depth knowledge information, right? So you'll get a little bit more information. So that's how you can use your data to create segments and personalize your emails and your sendings. So that was it for my demo. I'm gonna get back to the slides here and let Pano continue.
Yeah, thank you, Karina. Yeah, just to go a little bit back in that, I also really like that email editor and the segment builder where you don't have to build like 3 or 5 different emails and do the 5 different sendouts. You can actually create one and then personalize it so that the same email will scale itself and show differently to different people and still be relevant, which in turn increases the opening rate, the click-through rate, everything. So you'll get better results. Great. Then let's take a look at. I can see the time is running, so let's. I
have a lot to talk about.
We could talk like all day, which we do in practice. But yeah, here's one template that we wanted to share with you. This is the example of how customer journeys and communications could look like in a different phases of your customer journey. And it looks like a lot, but this is a template that we use sometimes. Maybe you want to take a screenshot, but this could be one where you have in the bottom, the big blue boxes, you have the lead phase, where they convert, and then where you retain the customers. And the pink boxes are like regular one-time email newsletters that you can send out throughout the customer journey. And the green boxes are marketing automation flows. So going from the left corner, you can start collecting website behavioral data. You can determine like which things determine if it's like a hot lead, or when there is marketing qualified lead or information qualified lead, sales qualified. And you don't have to go that nitty gritty, but in some cases it might be useful. Then you can have newsletter subscriber flows, content downloads, as we've seen. Even if you host, like webinars or even like other events, so you can automate the event process, communication, the contact, and once you go over to the retain part where you have an existing customer, so their activation of the inactive customers. If you work with like running agreements or manual renewals, so you can automate communications based on those dates. You can automate upsell, cross-sell activities based on both services. So there's a lot of what you can do. You don't have to do all of it. You can start with few ones based on like what's the biggest challenge, or where's the biggest potential impact for you, and that's what we recommend you would start with. But here's kind of layout that we use sometimes to cover like where should we start.
Yes, and I can understand. Just looking at this and you're not started, it could look pretty daunting, but it's baby steps, small steps. Start with a welcome, and then you build on that, of course. So all of this is not to be implemented at once, of course.
Yes, and then something to consider also. Obviously, you would need some technology to do that, what we're talking and showed so far. And of course, there are various platforms on the market. Of course, here we want to lift like why you might want to consider us, Apsis and Effici, as a partner. And there are a few things that we want to lift. Here, 3 things. And first of them is the connection, integrations to other systems. Because like to send the right message to the right person at the right time, you first need to have the right data in the right place at the right time, and that you can get through connecting your system with if you are ERP system, if you're a CRM system. We also have CRM systems today, and that connection will help you to turn data chaos into clarity, and you can make better marketing decisions. And the second point is that you get the full view of your customers, which in turn will help you to be more personalized, more relevant in your communications. And thirdly, they get it, which means very practical terms. We have an email delivery rate of 98%, which means that out of 100 emails that you send, 98% will land. And this is not the case with all the platforms. So as I said, there are many platforms, but if you want your emails to go where they should, that's us. That's what we're Apsis and Effici is really good at. So you get more bang for your buck. And more numbers, this is the amount of emails that were sent last year by Apsis and Effici customers. So that's over 3 billion, over 8.6 million emails per day. So that's a lot of volume. That's a lot of communication that's going out. So we really got this, and we can surely help you also with this. And a few comments from our customers that we work with. Ease of use, growth and automation, easier segmentation, personalization. There are more customer cases and references on our website if you're interested to look in. And if there's something specific you're after, please feel free to ask us. We can find more references if you want to hear like how are other companies in this industry working with this. And then lastly, a few key takeaways on how to get started. I would recommend to map the customer journeys if you haven't already. So where are the incoming customers coming in, what they do, like when they convert, and how should we take care of them when they are with us. And then prioritize, like what should we be doing? That's a plan of action, and prioritization and timeline. It's an order of doing things and when in time. And then thirdly, you need to address the technology. Do you have a platform to do this? Do you have a partner to do this? And then implement. And fourthly, the fourth point, review results and iterate. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You start with something, and then you see, have we gotten more leads? Are they converting faster? Are we getting upsells? And then we iterate. And this is, of course, something that we work and are very happy to help you with. Yes, and then I think we had some 5 more minutes for possible questions and answers. How does it look, Loredana? Do we have some questions in the chat?
Yes, actually, we have a few questions, and I'm just gonna take them one by one. Let's see how many
Yeah.
we are able to answer.
Yes.
So there's one specific question that came in that says, can you give examples on how a customer's status can be changed?
I guess that refers to if it's
Mm.
customer, if it's a lead,
Active or
and then
inactive, or
I would assume that is what the question, what they're
is
looking
it
to
the
know more about.
Yeah, exactly. If they're active or inactive. Well,
Mhm.
the best way to get the data into Apsis is to do an integration. If you have a CRM system where you have your customer data, then you can do an integration. You can send that data in to Apsis. So you would have to set some segmentations on your side, and then that like different data points that together will come to the conclusion that they're not active, and then send that data into Apsis. And the best
that
way
can
to
be like,
do, yes,
isn't it like a purchase, like if they have bought the product, so that might be like a specific date that you
yes,
have
exactly,
from
exactly. So so you would have the easiest way is to do an integration, so you get the data in automatically. You could also do manual imports with using Excel files. That is some more work that you need to do, but you need to look at the data that you have on your side, and which data can we use to conclude if they're active or not active, and then you need to get that data into Apsis. Yes.
I hope we got that question right. Otherwise, we can reach out to the person who asked the question and clarify more. There's registering. Okay, yeah, it looks like you got it right.
Good.
Then, then there's another question. So, what roles or skills are essential for a team to run marketing automation? What is needed from teams to excel in marketing automation?
That's a good
Wow.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I've seen teams of one person running the whole show. So there's like one in a smaller organization, it can be one person. And when they're with us, the good thing is that you don't need to code. It's not that much of technical knowledge that is needed. As you saw there, Karina showed that it's pretty much drag and drop editor, and then you can focus on the content. But marketing skills, maybe content creation, that you know what you're talking about, and can write down and create content. Then it will help if
And
you
also,
have some. Yeah, please, Karina.
yeah, someone that knows the data, I would say, because you need those data points coming in to know who, if it's an active customer or if they purchase a certain product and so on. So you need that data too, I would say. But it could be one person running the whole thing. It could be several people. Depends on how big you want to go, I guess. But
Yeah, so we've seen anything from one who has really the one person marketing team running all the automations, and up to 7 or 8 people teams. So it's
it
very scalable,
varies.
and
Yeah.
from like how's the industry and company look like. Yes.
Super, good answer. So another question is, if I want marketing automation, how long will it take for me to actually get it? So it looks like someone is interested in adding on MA.
That's excellent. It doesn't take that long. What does it take?
Yeah, I think the
days,
fastest.
a week? I don't know how long it takes, but to get it on your account doesn't take that long.
Yeah, like
What do you
the
think,
the
Johanna?
functionality in itself, and then I guess sometimes you have already some of the content maybe on your website, maybe from other material where you can just copy paste and adjust a little bit. But yeah, I think we're talking about weeks, depending on like what is it that you. But yeah, you can get started in weeks, and then you can build on top of that.
Yeah, like to actually get the tool itself, it doesn't take that long. To get it up and running, if you have more flows, it will take weeks. Yeah.
Great. So one last question, because I know that our minutes are out, but maybe we can just handle this one as well. So during the webinar, you showed that we are able to track website visitors. They are wondering how we handle the data and if all of this is GDPR compliant.
That's a good question. Yes, so the platform, and technically it's very GDPR compliant, and what you need to do is that when you have your cookie banner or cookie consent on your website, so there, have your cookie policy in place, and after that it's you can work GDPR compliant. And should there be any requests for you managing it, like some person reaches out and okay, show me all the data you have on me, or I want all my data deleted, so then you can easily track that data in Apsis One. You can easily export that data if needed. You can easily delete that data. So it's very much taken into consideration to work GDPR compliant and having control over the data.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I'm sure that, Liridona mentioned the recording will be sent afterwards. And maybe if there were any more questions that left unanswered, we'll find a way to answer those. And should there be any other questions, feel free to reach out to us at any times.
Yes, so actually the marketing team of ours is sending out the follow-up email. So you are free to hit a reply to that, and we can address any questions that you might have. We'll guide you forward if there is anyone in particular that you need to get in contact with. Yes, Panu, over to you.
Yeah, and one last thing that we want to give you, if you're interested in the email marketing, what's happening in the industry, in the benchmark, feel free to download this report. Take the QR code here. You can also find it from our website, among other white papers and more information. So there's some reading for you. And once again, thank you so much. And I hope to see you again. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.